getting back on the protocol has really changed my life again. It you know, I hate to say this, but it may have saved it. I mean, I'm here and I feel amazing. Been cancer free for almost 5 years now, 4.5 years. Clean bill of health. I feel healthier than ever. I'm about to be 65 years old. As for my story, for those of you that don't know it, I'll keep it short. I did my first, it was a 9-day detox back in the day. Now it's 11 or 25 or 30, depending. I won't go there, but I did my first one around the same time Peter did, 21 years ago or so. I was married to a very renowned gastroenterologist at the time. Somebody came to us and said, came to her and said, Dr. Becky, I know you know a lot about nutrition. Can you read the label on this protocol and tell me if it will kill me or not? And she looked at it and she's like, not only will it not kill you, I love what I'm seeing. And she's sort of a self-made nutritionist, if you will. And so we did the detox. She was 100 pounds, soaking wet. So she didn't need to lose weight. She gained 7 pounds in 9 days. Now we know why, because we have the science to back it up. I dropped 12 or 13 pounds of fat and just transformed my body, but it was the way I felt. And we were not involved in the company. We had nothing to do with it. We just were trying the product for my friend. Well, fast forward 20 years, we introduced the protocol over a course of about 10, 12 years to 1,500 people. Personally sponsored 1,500 people. So I've been around the block with this and I've seen nothing short of miracles. I mean, I've seen people lose a few pounds all the way up to things that I could probably get in trouble for saying we saw. She's a medical doctor. She quit medicine. She walked away because she could no longer, dole out medications to her patients. Her average GI patient was already on 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 11 meds. One guy, Howard, on 20. And we got Howard and a bunch of her patients on the protocol and coached them through it. Howard came off all of his meds. And then his other doctors told him that Dr. Becky was a quack. She was going to kill him. She didn't tell him he got off his meds. They got off because all their numbers normalized. But their doctors talked Howard into going back on all of his meds. Can you imagine this? So I've been around the block. Dr. and Beck and I, unfortunately, got divorced. Without getting into that, because that's not important, it was a pretty rough go. And I went through a heavy time of stress. And we had gotten away from the products. So I've been, using the detox and the different products for over 20 years, but take away like 3 or 4 of those years when I kind of went out to pasture. In that time, I developed a tumor in my throat about this big, about the size of a golf ball. On July 20th, 2018, they told me that if I didn't do emergency surgery to remove my voice box, pharynx, larynx, all kinds of really big time surgery, but they thought it was going to metastasize and then, eliminate me pretty quickly. They wanted to do the surgery immediately and the radiation and the chemo all back to back to back. Well, I've been around the nutrition industry long enough to know that's usually not a good game plan. Most people don't, expire from cancer. They expire from the treatments of cancer. So I opted out of everything on an emergency basis and just went natural. Sitting in my car in the parking lot, July 20th, 2018, in the hospital. Someone please.
8315.
You're muted now, Dan. Unmute yourself. You muted yourself.
Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, I was in the parking lot with tears in my eyes, thinking about my bucket list, thinking about, just my life flashing before my eyes. And I called Peter. I said, Peter, here's the situation. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm scared to death, but will you guide me? And I said, I know I want to take this battle on and I want to be in battle shape. like a UFC fighter, like a boxer, like any professional athlete. I was a professional battler. And Peter's like, well, Dan, let's get you back on the protocol, which I'd been off a couple of years. And he just kind of moved people, places, and things, and came to my rescue. Now, I had read his books, the TDOS syndrome, TDOS solution, several months before this. He gave them to me for Christmas and signed them. So I was already executing, I guess, some of the TDOS solution things. But I immediately got on the protocol. I did 8 other things besides the r2m. So I don't know why I'm sitting here today, but I am alive, obviously. I never say that. I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I never say, will never, have never, and ever say that I found a cure. I never say that the detox saved my life. But I know it was a really big part of it because it was the first thing I did when I made that phone call to Peter. I said, Peter, I'm going to start researching. I'm going to go on a journey. But we talked about it. He brought Dr. Ruggiero into the picture, Dr. Arciero, the new protocol, the new way of making the shakes. I mean, just like I said, he moved everything. And I got back on that protocol and immediately dropped about 15 pounds, which I needed to. But this is such an amazing health program. It's not about weight loss, guys. For those of you that are new, this is not a diet. You take that word out of your vocabulary. This is a nutritional protocol at the highest level. This is unbelievable. And Dr. Becky, my ex-wife, and I, we coached almost 1,500 people through the protocol, plus others that weren't even on our team. So we got to hear all the stories and, shed a lot of tears, so many miracles, but we never had scientific proof. It was all anecdotal, which quite honestly for me was fine. I don't care. Like when I give it to my children, don't kill them. And when I get people on it, I want them to see results. So I don't care about the science technically, but having it now and having the period, there's no one that has what we have in the world. Guys, this is a time to take our personal belief and our personal story and go tell the rest of the damn world. We are obligated to do that because we have something no one else in the world has. Nobody. And in doing so, we get rewarded for that, if we want. I mean, you could give the money to charity. I don't care. But the company says, look, we're going to spread the word and we're going to tell the world what we're doing here. So getting back on the protocol has really changed my life again. It I hate to say this, but it may have saved it. I mean, I'm here and I feel amazing. Been cancer-free for almost 5 years now, 4.5 years. Clean bill of health. I feel healthier than ever. I'm about to be 65 years old and I feel like I'm 40 and I never go a day without the shakes. I mean, I'll finish with this. This is not about, quick hit and move on. That's called a diet. This is a lifestyle. Our bodies are toxic and they're nutritionally bankrupt. And we have to consistently work against that. And the way to do that's so simple. Have call and say, drink your shake every day in place of a meal. I mean, you can drink a shake in place of a meal. There's your maintenance. I mean, you could do other things, of course, and then maybe every few weeks you do a 2-day back-to-back intermittent nutritional fast, or every 6 months like I do, you do an 11-day detox, whatever your maintenance is. But why would you ever quit getting the toxins out of your body and putting nutrition in your body? It's so simple. We make it so difficult. So thank you for letting me tell my story, guys. And again,